Alrighty, good morning, guys. Here we are another morning. I did do it outside again. It was awfully nice yesterday, and so gonna do it again. So today's Thursday. It's the 27th, and I got my hat on just in case it sprinkles. It was sprinkling a little bit ago, and so today we're gonna be once again in Psalm 55, and gonna pick up in verse 9 and go all the way to verse 19. So kind of a bit of a long reading this morning, and squirrels are fighting over there, so hopefully that's not too big of a distraction. So let me go ahead and let me read it and make just a couple observations about it. So it says, "Lord, confuse the wicked, confound their words, for I see violence and strife in the city. Day and night they prowl about on its walls. Malice and abuse are within it. Destructive forces are at work in the city. Threats and lies never leave its streets. If an enemy were insulting me, I could endure it. If a foe were rising against me, I could hide. But it is you, a man like myself, my companion, my close friend, with whom I once enjoyed sweet fellowship at the house of God, as we walked about among the worshipers. Let death take my enemies by surprise. Let them go down alive to the realm of the dead, for evil finds lodging among them. As for me, I call to God, and the Lord saves me. Evening, morning, and noon I cry out in distress, and he hears my voice. He rescues me unharmed from the battle waged against me. Even though many oppose me, God, who is enthroned from old, who does not change, he will hear them and humble them, because they have no fear of God." And so David is continuing kind of just his observation or his struggle of what's going on in his life. And today he points out that even in the city that he lives in, that there just seems to be just an evil wickedness amongst the people. He says even that destructive forces are at work in the city. Threats and lies never leave the streets. And so he just makes this observation that just even where in the place that he lives, there's just this battle going on of good and of evil. He then makes another observation that, and it would be okay if the battle was just with people that were his enemies, but this battle has even spread to the point that there's been some of his best friends who have betrayed him. And, you know, life is almost always, not almost always, but life can often bring us relational conflict. And where, you know, our best friends or people that are close to us can turn on us, or we have a difference of opinion and things can go awry, and the next thing you know, just life isn't the way it used to be. And how do we navigate the relational complexity of life? How do we navigate living in a world where it seems as if evil is just constantly surrounding us? I think that David gives us a hint to how to handle those types of things. He says in verse 17 that evening, morning, and noon I cry out in distress, and he hears my voice. That David has a rhythm in his life. He has touch points in his life where he pauses from the chaos and reconnects with God. And that for him, it's a rhythm that he practices in the morning, at noon, and in the evening. That he has moments in his day where he just pauses and returns to God. Because here's the thing, man, we get off track. I know that I get off track, and I need to have moments in my life where I simply just pause and reconnect to God, reconnect to a center, a foundation that's unshakable. Because, you know, we just get out in our lives, we get caught up in the stuff around us, and we get pulled one direction or another, and we lose the plot. We We forget about what life is about, and we get just caught up in the rat race. And so David gives us this rhythm of how do we reconnect, how do we recenter, how do we redirect our hearts to the Lord, even in the midst of the chaos that is our world. And so I don't know what a prayer life for you looks like. I know that for me, there's been different seasons where for example, I would set timers on my phone, and when they would go off, I would just say the Lord's Prayer and just take maybe 30 seconds or more just to pause and reconnect to God. And I know that it's been very helpful for me, especially when things get really chaotic. So hopefully that makes sense to you guys today. That's kind of what was speaking to me. Today is Thursday, and so it's Thankful Thursday. Make sure that you just live a life of gratitude, a posture of thankfulness throughout your day. That's the only way to live. It's the only way to live. As a Christian, we believe that we are saved by grace. But the reason we believe that is because we believe that all of life is grace. That grace is a gift, and that every moment is a gift. Every breath, every relationship, everything is a gift. So be thankful for that gift today. Hope you guys have a great day, and the squirrels weren't as crazy as the cats, and so that's pretty cool. So love you guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Blessings. Bye.